All right, guys, so we're gonna watch a clip of Carlos Mencia calling out Joe Rogan for stealing a joke from a failed comedian known as Brandon Schaub.
But yeah, he got accused of stealing.
Joe
Schaub's
Rogan
jokes.
steals Brendan Schaub's joke.
There it is.
Yeah.
Now, a little bit of context if you don't know what happened between these two guys. Joe Rogan had been calling out Carlos Mencia for allegedly stealing jokes, right? And it got so serious where he went upstage to confront him in front of a whole live crowd.
If someone steals a riff from a song, that shit's in the news constantly. Yeah. They steal shit and make it on HBO. They steal shit, they put it on television. What are you saying?
A lot of fellow comedians also thought that he was stealing jokes.
Oh yeah. Someone told me you have a feud with this guy.
No,
I think I had him on my show.
Oh, the Mind of Mencia. That's what you're talking about.
You have a feud with him, right?
I don't know if it's much a feud as...
Didn't you punch him out or something?
Yeah, I did.
You did?
But I don't know
what happened? Tell me.
A feud. Well, the guy was pretty liberal with some of the material, and...
This is a comedian?
He had an HBO one-night stand that I think had we counted 13 minutes of my material on it, and...
Wow.
We contacted HBO, and I think they pulled it for a while.
And a lot of people kind of, had their own take on what jokes he stole from other people. Ari Shaffir, I think, is one of the biggest ones that has said that he stole a joke from him, but then he just kind of tweaked it.
Dude, I opened for you and did that joke. In the rooms, you performed it.
I was doing that joke before.
No, you weren't.
Yes, bro.
Absolutely not.
Here's this new thing. I don't know if you guys heard this. He wants to build a new wall all down the California-Mexico border. Like a 12-foot high brick wall. It's like 3 feet deep. So no Mexicans get in. But I'm like, dude, Arnold, who do you think is going to build that wall?
I propose that we kick all the illegal aliens out of this country. Then we build a super fence so they can't get back in. And I went, who's going to build it?
That's the fucking joke. Do you really think that a Jewish guy came up with that joke before a fucking dinner date? Do you really believe that shit? No.
He still denies it till this day.
But Ned, why not do in the beginning just a blanket apology?
But I wasn't. See, let me get this. Understand what happened. Anytime, even to this day, bro.
Yeah.
Somebody says you stole a joke. I go, okay, well, what joke was it? Not angry. Like, what joke, dude? I write a lot. You know this. I fucking create a lot of material.
I have seen that, but I've also seen some of your act, a little too close to things that have already been established, like the Bill Cosby bit.
Yeah, I'd never seen that one. So
I know. My point though is that it's so similar, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. That why not just outwardly say I apologize? And then we could just move on from it rather than you constantly defending.
But it's not that I'm defending. See, again, it's not that I'm defending. Who do I apologize to?
He says, hey, man, jokes, sometimes they sound similar, right? You ever heard of the parallel thinking? But now we've been seeing Carlos Mencia recently a lot more. He made an appearance on Tiger Belly, Bobby Lee. He has a history with him, and he used to travel with him, tour with him.
I was a doorman at the La Jolla Comedy Store. He brought me on the road. He introduced me to Matt Blake, my agent, right? And he bought me a car, when I couldn't pay rent, and I was really desperate. I could always go to him for money, and he helped me out in so many different ways, right? So, I really appreciate that.
Even Bobby, they questioned him and they asked him, hey, do you think your friend Carlos is stealing jokes? And he's like, maybe, ha ha ha, joking around and stuff.
Bobby Lee's his friend.
I don't know who that is. I don't know who that is.
That's Ned Holness.
Oh, I know Ned Holness. Yeah, he's really good. Hey, does all that stuff?
How's he doing?
Hey, all that stuff. You know what I mean? Yeah, Ned.
Do a couple minutes of his material.
Well, I'll just do some of my material, and then it'll be the same. So I'll just talk about myself.
What has he ever stolen from you?
I used to do this bit about how I was so small that my dad would have to get on my shoulders to get on a ride at Disneyland.
Right.
Then he did a bit, literally, but I can't do it. But where's this going?
Who cares? What the fuck? It's reality. Anyway, it's good to see you. Don't be a fucking This is the reason why comedians get away with stealing.
And that really hurt Carlos because, Carlos helped out Bobby Lee in his career, and he felt like such a betrayal, right? Like, he just couldn't believe it.
Go from Bobby Lee. Let me tell you. The video on the internet of him admitting it. That's bullshit.
During this time when he got exposed by Joe, he was doing really well in his career. He had a show. He was, basically touring everywhere, making a lot of money. He was basically Joe Rogan before Joe Rogan, right?
Carlos Mencia at one point was one of the biggest comics in the world, selling out arenas worldwide and hosting his own sketch comedy show, Mind of Mencia, on Comedy Central. In the mid-2000s, Mencia was on top of the world. His show was the second highest rated program on Comedy Central, only behind South Park, and he even starred in a Bud Light commercial during Super Bowl 41.
But a lot of things about him were fake, like he wasn't Mexican.
But you know what? You guys don't know Mexican. Why don't you tell the truth about you being half German? Does anybody know?
His dad was German, so he was like half German, half Salvadorian. That's pretty cool, right? But the problem was that he labeled himself as Mexican.
You know his name? You know his real name is Men Wholeness? Is that my real name? Carlos Mencia. That's a fake name. Really? You might have went to the fucking DMV and paid to have that shit changed. Hold on. This is a green card. Is your name? This is a green card. And you can't legally change your name. And when you legally change your name, cannot legally change. Travel all over the country. You can't legally change your name. Not when you come from another country. Is your name not Ned? Yes, it is. But everybody.
But we're gonna watch this clip because Carlos Mencia calls out Joe Rogan, right? Because this is basically like the tables turning, right? Oh, how the tables have turned, right? This is the situation, and I'm gonna break it down for you. This clip here.
I honestly think if Joe Rogan didn't become as big as he became, I almost think that whole situation where he ran on stage and so forth probably would have faded away. But he became a big entity in this space.
So right there, he's talking about, like I said, he went up stage confronting Carlos Mencia and, basically telling him, giving him he gave him the nickname of Carlos Manstilia, and that stuck around.
I'm somebody important enough that he had to end the show by saying Carlos Mencia. That's who I am.
And Vlad is right. If Joe wouldn't have been successful later on in life, then this would have just blown over, and he would have gone to the pub and had a couple of drinks with his homies, right, and let things blow over, right? But that didn't happen, and he lives now in a Joe Rogan world.
Also just got accused himself, so.
Oh, he got accused of stealing jokes?
Well, you don't know that?
No.
Pull it up.
Let's pull it up.
Oh, seriously? You didn't know about this? I'm sorry to the one to bring it up, bro, but.
What I think he's talking about, because there were a lot of people that reviewed the special. I think one in particular that he might have seen is Elephant Graveyards. I saw that one.
You gotta leave room for crazy. Just jokes, folks.
When they put this line in the trailer for this thing, I thought he must have said something truly edgy, but now I'm seeing it as actually a massive cope, uttered during a major bombing.
Just jokes, folks. No one's getting hurt.
Notice that sniff there? That is one of Joe's tells. He does it on the podcast all the time. It's a nervous tick that comes out when he feels awkward about something embarrassing he just said.
He did highlight some of the jokes that are similar to Brendan Schaub's jokes from El Gringo Papi. And I think that's where he's trying to compare this.
And now something starts to happen and I can't believe I'm even saying this, but Joe actually goes full Brendan Schaub with this wonderful Chinese voice he does here.
Oh, look, there's Harry!
Mr. Schaub, after you numb your lip, you need many, many stitches. This be worse pain in your life.
With all these big criticisms about our infrastructure!
Well, that is rough, but at least he's not straight up copying Brendan's jokes, right?
My life would be so much easier if I was just gay as shit.
I wish I was gay. It looks way easier.
We'd play video games all day. We'd work out. At night, we'd fuck each other.
You're hanging out with only guys? No one can get pregnant?
That is a low that is so low where I never expected Joe to go. Stealing from Brendan Schaub. My God, if that is not the death knell of a comedy career, then I don't know what is.
I mean, there's so many other videos, you know, he could have seen and he could have just, you know, because I'm pretty sure he doesn't want to see a Joe Rogan special. Nobody does. Not now, anyway.
Laid out is failed comedian Brendan Schaub takes credit for a line that sounds familiar.
Why is Carlos licking his lips like that, bro? He's like, sweet, sweet karma, baby. Licking his lips.
Is it Brendan Schaub?
Oh, Brendan Schaub. There it is. But yeah, he got accused of stealing.
Yeah, Joe
Schaub's
Rogan
jokes.
steals Brendan Schaub's joke.
There it is.
Yeah.
So,
not only that, like, he was telling old jokes from his past specials, which a lot of people noticed, you know?
And I can't believe this, but he's going to bail on his set. And we know he's bailing because Joe has said for years that once he's done a joke on a special, he retires it and never does it again. So here he's really starting to bomb and is so terrified that he's going to break his own code and fall back into some tried and true material. He is going to Mencia himself here and regurgitate a bit from his 2009 special, Talking Monkeys in Space.
And I'm watching porn on the computer. My girlfriend just opens up the door. You did it while I'm at home. She was really sad about that. And I didn't have the heart to tell her, I do it while you're sleeping right next to me. She goes, I can't believe you did it while I'm at home. And I'm like, I do it while you're sleeping right next to me.
Oh man, that's a finely aged 15-year-old classic bit.
This is what I didn't want. This is what, like, I thought, I don't want it to become this. You know what I mean? And so now I've had to tell people in my audiences sometimes.
This is the Netflix special.
Yes.
That's the way he did it.
The next special that he just did. So, point being, like, the policeman of this, right? Policeman got caught with sand in a cookie jar, if that's the case.
Wow.
And my point is that, like, whether what he did or didn't I don't care. It doesn't matter to me. I'm not.
Well, if you didn't care, Carlos, then you shouldn't have brought it up. Because that's why you're saying it out loud. That's why you're like, but, you know, it makes sense, though, because Vlad brought up the conversation, right? So he had to say, like, hey, man, you know, people think that I've been stealing jokes. Look at Joe Rogan now.
Getting involved in it, it's not my thing, but it's just like, this is what you started. This is what we started with all this bullshit.
I'm the opposite. I wish I was gay. It looks way easier.
My life would be so much easier if I was just gay as shit. At night, we'd each other.
What the heck, man? I can't even show you that. What is this? Why is this related to freaking Carlos and Joe, man? I think one of the worst things that, I mean, besides stealing, but I mean, you didn't steal like from a really good comedian. Like, you had to steal from Brendan Schaub, which is like even more of a joke than him stealing the joke, right? I feel like they might have the same writers. I don't really know their process. I mean, I heard Joe says that he writes it out, but you know, how do you not remember that you said these jokes from a long time ago, or your friend has said it, right? And especially from Brendan Schaub, because a lot of people don't like Brendan. They don't like his special. I mean, it was like his special, Brendan Schaub special, is kind of like The Room, right?
Oh, hi, Mark.
That movie, The Room. It's like, it's bad, but it's so bad that it's good.
You are lying. I never hit you. You are tearing me apart.
Mr. Schaub. Okay, guys, so just to wrap this thing up, I mean, this is a really good call out, because obviously, like, it makes Rogan look like a hypocrite, and even worse, that he stole it from an even worse comedian. So yeah, that's all I gotta say, guys. Let me know what you guys think. Like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys for another one. Bye bye.